welcome to another episode of Cooking with Craig. Today, I'm going to try something new that I've never done before, and that's cooking pickled pork belly in a pressure cooker. So today, I have a piece of pickled pork, which I did put in the freezer because I got it at a discounted price. And I'm going to put that in here, my pressure cooker. Take the lid off. But there's a few things usually put in with, you know, when you're doing like a corned silver side, similar to that. This is what the pickled pork wants. So, pickled pork, just grab my scissors. In there. Top and tail of carrot, in she goes. Two bay leaves. About half a cup of sugar. Can be any kind of sugar. I'm using white kitchen sugar. And then a cup of vinegar. Now you can use apple cider vinegar, brown vinegar. I'm using just plain white vinegar. And then we need to fill this up so the meat is covered with water. Now that was 2 litres of water, and because it's such a flat piece of meat, that's actually covered it. Alright, so what I need to do now next is to grab the top of my pressure cooker, set it to seal, lock it, put it on to cook for an hour and 20 minutes. So 80 minutes in total, so an hour and 20. Let that under pressure, and we'll come back when it's done. So that's now been an hour and 20 minutes, plus about 30 minutes for it to come down and release its pressure naturally. Now that it's completed that, let's unlock the top. That aside. Now what I'm going to do is pull out the meat. Now I'm going to transfer it over to this pot, like that. I'm going to fill this up with warm to cold water and let it come down to a complete cool temperature. It should take about another hour to 2 to bring this back down to temperature. Alright, we'll be back then. Now you're probably wondering, why did he take out the meat out of the pressure cooker and put it into another pot to cool down? Why couldn't he just leave it in the pressure cooker to cool down? Well, there's one good reason that it's not in there, and that is so we can actually use the pressure cooker now to par-cook our potatoes for roasting and our carrots. So what we need to do is we need to peel our carrots, cut them up into nice pieces, put them in the pressure cooker. Peel our potatoes. Cut them up into nice pieces. Put them in the pressure cooker. Add some salt. Top with water so they're just covered. Cook it on to cook for half the amount of time that you would normally cook your normal vegetables for. So I would cook these on for about 12 minutes under pressure. Take it off. Bring it fast to release the steam. Take them out, strain them, get them ready on my baking trays to finish off the bake in the oven. So you get that nice oven crisp goldenness that you want on your potatoes, but the inside to be nice and fluffy. So you can actually cook them on a little higher temperature than what you normally would in the oven, just to get that brownness over the top. So if you normally cook your roast veggies at about 160 to 180 for, you know, for about half hour, so it gets nice and crisp, well, you're going to bump that up to about 220, and it's only going to be for about 10 to 15 minutes. Just enough to get the colour on the outside of the vegetables to go nice, crisp and hard, but still contain that beautiful, soft interior. Alright, I'm going to get started here. Check back with me when I'm done. Alright, veggies are all peeled and chopped up. Now, you might be thinking, alright, there's a lot of veggies there. Pumpkin as well? No. See, my pumpkin is too soft. The soft, because it's, yeah, if it goes in there, it's already going to be completely cooked by 11 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these on a tray, put them directly into the oven now, started at about 180 degrees Celsius. So by the time these are done, these ones are only halfway cooked. All they need to do is finish the browning. And all that goes on the next tray and in the oven. Now, that's good. Now we've got potatoes, carrots in there. My salt pig. Some salt. This is about 2 litres of water. And I don't need it all. I've actually only used about a litre and a quarter. Alright, so that's now covered. Next, seal. Locked and sealed. Going to cook for 12 minutes. Under pressure. So it's going to take a little while for it to come up to temperature, and then as soon as it hits the temperature and it's locked down with it under pressure, it's going to start timing down 12 minutes. When that's complete, we're going to rapid release the valve at the top, pull them out, whack them in the oven with the others. Alright, come and see me after this is done. Alright, so that's just gone off. Time to release the pressure. Just clicked, means this pressure has been released. Time to open it up. Okay, so there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can pull this out, pour it into a strainer, but I've got my little ladle here. Now if you were to put it through the, pouring this directly into a colander to strain it out, you could actually in fact break up the potato. We don't want to do that. We want the potato to stay quite whole and not lose its corners or things like that. Now just remembering, these aren't completely cooked yet. They're almost cooked. Alright, so now that we've got them on the tray, what we're going to do is we're going to sort them all out by burning our little fingers. Not really. Try to be careful that you don't burn your fingers too much. Get them all flipped over. Almost lost my fingers. A little hot. All nicely sorted down. First, now we're going to get the oil, because we need a little bit of oil. Now, I always hold my oil in a big container like this and then just use it as I need it. So what I do is I just cover up majority of what's over the lip. Just slowly drizzle like so over them all, and then a bit of salt, sprinkled over the top of them as well. Now that's done. Now what we need to do is we need to put this into the oven. Now remembering, our pumpkin is in there and it's been cooking for the last 15 or so minutes. We now need to turn it up from 180 to 220 and whack these guys in. We come back in about 15 minutes, should be done. Alright, see you then. Okay, so you might think, well, all the stuff's in front of him. He must almost be ready to ditch up. Not quite. Still got to put on some beans, some peas, and some broccoli and cauliflower into the pot to steam. Alright, I'll be back in about 10 minutes after I've done those two things. Okay, so veggies are now on my plate. Next, we're going to whack some pumpkin on the plate. Piece of pumpkin each. Some potatoes. Carrot. And now, last but not least, is the pickled pork belly that we cooked in the pressure cooker. All right, let's get this thing out. Now it should have cooled down enough for this thing to come out nice. Now, that's cold to touch. Just going to quickly grab a kitchen towel to dry this off. Right, just take off a little bit of the water because we don't want it too sloppy. And next, let's cut into this one. Now we should cut across the grain. Just going to find out where that is. There it is. Alright, time to get these onto a plate. Because it was cooked in the pressure cooker, it is so tender, it's starting to fall apart. That's done. A little bit of a taste. That is awesome. And that's how easy it is to cook a pickled pork belly in a pressure cooker with some roast veggies and some steamed veggies at the same time. If you see anything you like in this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget any comments, questions, or things I can be doing better on these videos, leave it in the comments field below on YouTube. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and get notified when I do these Cooking with Craig segments, my daily vlogs, Urban Explorer, car maintenance, what's in the box, you name it, I film it, it ends up on YouTube, so hit that subscribe button. And until next time, see you in the next video.